Imagine carving a piece of hard sandstone so deeply that the fabric on a statue looks completely see-through and the jewelry looks weightless. All created over 1,000 years ago without modern tools, software, or machinery. When we look at ancient Indian temples, we aren't just looking at spiritual spaces. We are looking at stone transformed into pure dynamic art, complex spatial design, and brilliant engineering. Hi everyone, I am Akanksha and welcome back to Flashback Friday Season 2 presented by Art with Abir. So today we are decoding three iconic temples where art, architecture and human desire came together to create design history. Our first stop is the world-famous Khajuraho temple complex in Madhya Pradesh. Crafted between 950 and 1050 CE under the Chandela dynasty. Architecturally, Khajuraho represents the absolute peak of the Nagara style, built on an elevated platform called a Jagati. The spatial design here is pure psychology. As you walk from the bright, airy outer halls into the inner sanctum, the light decreases step by step, naturally shifting your mind from the external physical world into an intimate spiritual space. Now, let's address the biggest myth about Khajuraho. Pop culture tells us these temples are all about eroticism, but historically, only 10% of these carvings depict erotic themes. The remaining 90% portray daily life, musicians tuning instruments, dancers in motion, and women applying makeup. The sculptures used a technique called high relief carving, cutting so deeply into the rock that shadows fall behind the figures, giving them a striking 3D pop. The Mithuna or erotic art was never meant to be vulgar. In classical Indian design philosophy, Kama, that is desire and intimacy, was celebrated as a natural, essential part of life and cosmic creation. Look closely at the figures. The Tribhanga pose gives rigid sandstone the fluid, swing grace of a living person. Next, we travel east to Odisha to experience the 13th century Konark Sun Temple. This isn't just a building. The entire temple was conceived as a monumental 100-foot celestial chariot, that is Ratha, for the sun god Surya, pulled by 7 galloping stone horses and supported by 24 massive carved wheels. Here is where product design meets sheer genius. These 24 stone wheels are not just decorative art. They are fully functional, high-precision astronomical sundials. By analyzing the exact shadow cast by the wheel's central axle across the carved spokes, even today you can calculate the exact time down to the minute. Artistically, Konark is a masterpiece of scale. The outer plinth features Mithuna art and erotic couples representing fertility and protection. But look at the range. The artisans transitioned effortlessly from the sculpting colossal 10-foot tall war elephants down to micro carvings on the wheel rims that measures just a few millimeters. Finally, we head west to Gujarat to explore the 11th century Sun Temple at Modhera. Designed by King Bhima I of the Solanki dynasty in the Maru Gurjara style, Modhera is a masterclass in geometric environmental design. The focal point is the Suryakund, a grand stepped water reservoir crafted using recursive fractal patterns. The stepwell houses 108 miniature shrines along its terrace steps. The geometric staircase design creates a hypnotic rhythm of light and shadow as the sun moves across the sky. Inside the Sabha Mandap or assembly hall stands 52 delicately carved octagonal pillars, representing the 52 weeks of the solar year. The sculptures carved overflowing pot motifs, Purnaghat, and integrated subtle, sensual figures alongside epic narratives. It's an environment where geometry, storytelling, and structural engineering exist in perfect balance. These three temples prove that ancient Indian craftsmen never separated utility from beauty or spirituality from human nature. Everything was part of one continuous design language. So this was Flashback Friday with Art with Abir. Join us next Friday as we unpack another iconic chapter in art, architecture, and design. Until then, keep exploring art and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Art with Abir.